Testing 1 2 3. Testing. 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 Testing 1 2 3. Gangsta shout out. Cosmic Cubicle. Gave me a little bit of IT tech today. Try to get that music right on the stream, so it's not just boring all the time. Thanks for hosting the stream. You're a baller. Coming through with my classic stylings of the YouTube tutorials that you guys are used to. Internet's been acting kind of weird last couple days. Normally I get a real strong upload here, but shit got kind of crazy last couple days, so I'm hoping that our stream holds through. About to start this show soon though. Do a quick roll call as soon as we start. Good old cell phone going off. Good old Mike Haspel coming in. I think he's playing a tournament today. Alright, mute that shit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn my phone off, so that way it doesn't even play around with my internet. Power off. Biatch. It's time. Let's see if I did this right. What? Here I am. Yo, pimps. Coming in hot from the Beats Lab. New fresh sound effects. All day or day. Alright. Let's make sure get a good split screen going with all my shit. A lot of moving parts as usual, gentlemen. Alright, pimps. Let's get it done. Yo, dog. Kenny Boucher here. Next Level Painting hitting you up on Saturday, which is arguably still one of the literal best days of the week. Today, kind of an unscheduled stream. I didn't advertise this. I really just wanted to test this music out, but I also had a lot of work to do today. Obviously on the desk you can see we got a gun weapon pack for an Infinity model. Right, Sean? This is for those, I think they're called like Yan Ho Invincibles. These are the guys that, you know, if you've been following the last couple weeks or last couple days on the stream, you may have seen this little dude right here. Let me see if I can get a guy for you guys. This guy right here. I'm going to try to show you guys how I painted that carbon effect all over his backpack. Let's get that going. Right here. That simple effect. It's actually really easy once you get the airbrush laid down. Get those strong highlights in. And so this guy, I mean, he came out super fresh, obviously. And I'm working with a new camera right now, guys, new tripod, where I'm much closer to the model. We'll see how that works out in the long run, but I should be able to maintain a little bit, better resolution if I'm always close to the model and I don't have to rely on zoom as much. So we'll see how it holds out. So like I said, the idea is we're going to paint this other backpack for this other Invincible. This guy right here. So we knocked him out. He's got his like dual wielding controls for his double mounted, top guns. And I just mounted this on one of the Devcopter bases I had so I could work on it easier, Put it right in my spot. But that's the idea. I figured I'd show you guys my work today, not the orcs. The orcs are my personal stuff, so just gonna work on some actual paid work. Some stuff that has to get done no matter what. Let's get that tripod exactly where I want it. Yeah, like I said, this tripod is really close to the table. I mean, probably 6 inches, 7 inches off the table, so I should be able to maintain, like I said, much better resolution. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in this Q&A. Got a lot of moving parts as usual. Going to close this out. So many windows. Alright. Let's jump up in here. We got Cosmic Cubicle at Next Level Painting. Thanks for the heads up on this. Yo, try to hit Facebooks, do what I do. Let's surprise stream Love It from Small Cave Studio. Killing Time Painting says he finally gets to watch one while not sitting at work. Dirty Sheets McSkeets thought I accidentally turned everything on. Dirty Sheets, I thought you had faith in me, homie. Everyone came through saying they hear the music. I hope that it comes through loud and clear. Let me know. Seems like it is. Everything looks fresh, crisp view. Close-ups look nice, better than before. That's good. That's good. Okay. Let's get this bitch started, as it were, the official term. Close this sheet down. Alright, I gotta look at myself in real time, obviously. Gotta get my focus. I feel like our focus looks crisp. Yeah, looking good. Alright, I can work with that. Alright, guys. So we're right chill on the... You know what? Let me put this Invincible away so I don't... I keep my guys as safe as possible in this like box lid over here, with another box lid on top of it so they don't get any dust on them while I'm working on the long projects. I ain't trying to redo a damn thing. Alright. So I see now that my circle does not interact with my Yo Dog cam. Is this a good spot right here? I want to make sure I get everything right for you guys. Alright, so this is what it has come down to. It's come down to I have to draw a different circle. Somewhere like right here. Alright. Good old Dirty Sheets says, couldn't figure out why I couldn't hear the something. Then my wife was saying that there was a strange man's voice coming through the downstairs. I connected my Bluetooth speaker. Oh, it's creepers. It's creepers. I want to do a quick shout out to man, hold on one second. I'll tell you. Mr. Mountain Boltco donated $10 yesterday while I wasn't even streaming. Just want to say thank you, unnoticed. Appreciate that. Alright. So
excellent!
Small Cave Studios came in hot. Being excellent to each other. Small caves, I love you, brother. So let me walk you guys through the fundamentals of what I'm doing here. So you'll notice I already did all that busted ass boring shit. It's not boring, it's just it's not as technical. So like we already airbrushed a transition here, as you can see. Dark to light, and we used our standard, German grays and blacks and whites. Real easy. Same deal in the backpack. You can see there's some slight gradation there, and then as you move to the front, you can see more gradation here. Then on the very tops of these guns, you can see, light to dark, a little bit of light again. So like basically, you just kind of go in there and just kind of create like a gleam, basically with your airbrush, and then you just edge highlight it as crisply as possible, and that's kind of how you get that carbon steel. It's all about getting that nice transition though with the airbrush, nice and smooth, and then I went back in there and kind of got some of these darker areas black. But here's like the trick to that. The trick is I didn't use a paint, I used a wash. I'll make sure I stay in focus because I'm so close to the model now. You're definitely gonna have some focal range issues. Okay, so you'll see like black in the top of that barrel, black in between these sections, black right here. Even the tip of this gun is black. And actually what I did with that was once I seal coated it and I hit it with a gloss varnish to protect it because it's pewter, I went back in with this is service primer. That's not the red color. I'm sorry. Where it is? Here we go. Vallejo. This is like their super dark wash. And I'm telling you, this will flow into the cracks super easily once you get that gloss coat. And it is really dark, almost black. And then once it dries, do it again. I mean, like it gets into the super details, so you don't have to worry about anything, and it just flows right in there once you gloss it. Then of course I matted it back down, and now I got all those like nice little definition areas. So I'm gonna put this gun right here on center stage, and I'm gonna make some ancient Chinese technique with the water bottle lids right here. And what we're gonna do is obviously we're gonna go as extreme. You want to go extreme. That's how you get that gleam. That's how you get that non-metal effect. So we're gonna pour a little white off into one of these ancient water bottle lid techniques. A little bit of water up in there, and pour a little German gray in the other one. Got white in one, German gray in the other. And that way I have the ability to pull from both of these. And so back to center stage, got the gun. Let's get that focus right again. Is that looking crisp? Like I said, we should be getting more crisp detail than we used to get. So I'm excited about that. Wise Doc checking in. Yo, what's up, pimpin'? Okay. Gangster mode, carbon steel effect. Engage. So, you guys notice too, I've added a few commands to the panels. A lot of people have been asking about the paintbrush. These detail brush I use. There's a command now for it. Exclamation point paintbrush. It'll take you literally right to the cart. Or the checkout page of the website I even buy them from, so you can see right there. Now you can add it to cart and check out. It is so cheap. So let me get in tight. This is also one of the reasons I set the camera up differently, because it's just so hard to paint detail for you guys in the stream when I'm trying to be so far away from the model. I gotta get a third pot. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm pulling a little white out of this one pot, getting it right. I'm gonna grab a little German gray because I don't want it to be pure white just now. I want to I want to play with a little bit lighter gray. And the cool thing about guns like this is that they have such hard edges that those are the easiest things to edge highlight. And I'll show you why right now. So I got my light gray. Feeling good about that consistency. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that edge turned over, and I'm just going to once I know I have my flow right, I'm going to try to drag my paintbrush along this edge. Like that. Damn, that was easy. Just like that, homie. Getting in it. You want to make sure you have the right amount of paint on your brush, though. You don't want, like, if it's too much, you'll fuck it up. There it is. You guys see that? That was so fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of keep maintaining that pace. You know, like just keep finding the angles. Like, you know, like put the model where it needs to be for you to find that edge. Because it's kind of like tracing when you find those edges. You see what I'm saying? You guys see what's happening here? The magic. Look at that shit. All day. You know what I'm saying? And you see what happens like when you get those edge highlights against that dark side, that's immediately beginning to give you a non-metallic, non-metal metallic effect right here. Like instantaneously, you're like, oh shit, there it is. I see it now. You know, like it's that easy. It's easy once you know what you're looking for and the approach and everything. Obviously, it doesn't start that easy. Now here's the more difficult place to highlight. We gotta get this angle right here across it. On my hand is blocking you guys. We gotta get across right here on that cross piece. So you are just gonna have to do it yourself. And of course I don't have enough paint on my brush. I love that build up. When I was like, this is it, here it is, and no paint on the brush. Happens to me all the time. There it is. So now I'm gonna show you guys again. Come on, I'm looking the wrong way. Here it is. See, there we go. Now we got that cross piece in there, and that's pivotal for creating this effect. And of course, you're going to want to come through and do all the cross pieces. So it is a little bit more difficult, so you are going to have to pay more attention as you do this, and it gets to really just stabilize. And I'm doing my best. Like I said, I'm still not in my optimized position. This is not easy. Like I got some strays in there. But that's the theory right there. Let's flip it around. Let's get this other side real quick. Let's see if I can hold it in such a way that doesn't break the model. First off, it's a very delicate model. Come on. Not easy. Not easy. Okay, you guys can sort of see where I'm at right there. Get a little bit more water out. Pick up some of this gray in my brush. And we're going to drag it across, like right here. You guys see that? You guys pay attention how fast that was? And you can go back and tighten it up. If you want, you know? But the more edges you catch, then like I said, the theory is that the light is just catching these edges. You don't have to even complete the lines anywhere. You know? It's pretty simple, you know, like, and then the harder parts are where it curves. Like right here. Something like that. You know, I'm not like trying to go too crazy with it. I just like to create a little bit of interesting definition. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a little bit more dark gray German gray, a little bit more white, and get it in my pot. Get a little bit more water mixed in. And it's gonna be a little darker than what I've been working with. I'll show you guys right here. Something like that in the circle. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of white real quick and blend it in carefully. Come on. Not easy. Just like that. Maybe a little bit extreme there. So I'm gonna grab a little bit more of my brown and just kind of make it skinny. Or my gray brown. There it is. Kind of like that. See if I can just getting that gleam on there. And as we move down to this little component right here, drop a little bit on there. There we go. Something like that. And like I said, I'm not too happy right now, actually. Like, I want to get a little bit more darkness in this piece right here. There it is. You guys see what I just did there? Let me get that focus right for you guys. Now, on any of these lines that you're not happy with, like if you feel like they're like a little sloppy, you know, grab your slightly darker gray mix and you can go up in there. You can clean these lines up actually. With it, make sure it's nice and watery. You guys can see that. Like I sharpened that line up. Same deal right there. Little thick right here. Check this out. If you don't feel like this line is perfectly straight, drop your little darker gray over it. Straighten it up, right up. Let me set this down for a second for people who are just tuning in. Let me show you guys what we're actually trying to achieve here. Now, this is the Invincible right here that this backpack belongs to. Right here. And that backpack obviously goes right there in that big spot in his back. And if you guys have been following along at home, you guys will see we already have one done. And you can see we did all those effects that we're talking about. He has them. See the sides, all the sides of that gun right there. Look at the backpack right here. You see, like that's all the effect we're working toward right now. It's you know, once you understand the theory, it's pretty easy. You know, once you get that airbrush to do all that gradation for you, good to go, you know. Let me put this guy back up here so you can see what we're working on here. Hold on one second. This is hard to see because it's so angled. It's like I'm like working on the wrong side so you guys can't even see it. There he is. Alright, let me clean off my brush real quick. Look in the Q&A real quick, see what you guys are up to. Okay. Hope you guys enjoy the smooth stylings of the Next Level Painting playlist. Alright. Cleaning the brush off. Going up to Cosmic Cube. Alright, Chinese or Domino's? What's the verdict? Oh, damn. Do you mean for food? Dog, neither. Like, what are you doing? Go to the store and get something, man. We paint too many hours a day to eat at fast food. K Luke, hey dude, it's Dave Martin from Facebook. How are things? All good, I hope. I've spent my evenings painting pre-heresy Iron Wars. Yo, that's awesome to hear, my brother. Cosmic Cubicle has to help you use the paintbrush. You can see there. Tell me if that link works, guys. If you can see what I set it to for you guys to see. Literally, it should be a line on like these brushes for $3. Like so cheap there. Darth Rob coming in saying this was unexpected. Yeah, unscheduled broadcast. Was kicking it with my boy Cosmic Cubicle there, and gave me some advice on how to do this music playlist. So I want to try it out. KDS90, isn't that a tag for Pano? No, these are all UG. Those, yeah, Eugene heavy infantry, like, for sure. Damn it. The Sublime Silence says the link works great. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so like obviously we got wanted to shout out obviously a couple people who are kind of officially sponsors of my network. If you check out good old Secret Weapon Miniatures down there, you check out dicehead.com. These are some of my guys. They help me in the Beats Lab. They sponsor the Long War podcast. These are sick. And here soon you're going to see some secret weapon tech, because as I work on the Orc project, and obviously I'm going to be showcasing some Crom Lake assault speeders in addition to my Puppets War Deplane that I've been working on for the Orcs. Additionally, good old Justin over at Secret Weapon, he's sending me the hot oval biker bases, not like the busted long skinny ones, because GW just came out with all their new bases, and like they got these Orc bikers on these new 75mm oval bases, and he's got some. Like he already makes them. So like, yo, we're doing the whole Orc, all 23 bikers in the army, putting them on these new oval scrapyard bases, and we got a 6 scrapyard display board coming in, so we're gonna be able to showcase some of that hot tech from Secret Weapon, in addition to Cromlech and Puppets War, of course, all some of the freshest model making companies in the business. We'll jump back into this paid job for you guys. I'm probably I'm not gonna go overtime on this one. I'm probably just gonna spend probably like 20-30 more minutes max working on this before I get back to the heavy workload today. And I appreciate it. Obviously big shout out to any supporters, anybody been donating to the stream. You guys, literally, it has been blowing my mind, making me happy, and making me smile every day, man. All right, let's get back to business. Let me show you guys some of the maybe more challenging areas, if I can locate one. All right, here we go. Tip of the barrel. Let's see if I can pull this off on stream for you guys. This might be easy. This might be hard. All right. So I'm gonna try to get the curve. Anything that's a curve is always harder, So I'm getting a little mix together in my pots, trying to get a solid light gray figured out. Just pull in from the white I laid out and add it to the German gray. I think I got something. Something in my pot scheming. It's a little too watery right now. I gotta dump some of this water out of this bottle, this ancient Chinese bottle lid. All right. So let's see if we can do this. So I want a little bit of a gleam here. And my paint is real watery. I'm barely touching the model. Just kind of getting a little of this paint to just like fall off the paintbrush. Hopefully, and obviously it's going to get more exciting the closer to the dark areas it comes. So that's kind of like what I'm talking about right there. It's a much more difficult way to highlight. And obviously, we want to get the tops of this piece right here. Let me see if I can get this for you guys on camera. I'm going to get a little bit, load my paintbrush up a little bit more. And I want to get the ridge right here. It's all about the angles. On that ridge right there. So that way when you look at it, on the side, you'll see we got extra gleam right there. And I'm going to drop a little bit more white up here to complement that. Something like that. Getting some of that nice gleam. Let me now let me get, this is where it's going to be fun because the barrel right here is black, okay? Basically. So we want to get a nice catch of gleam on this too. So I'm just pulling out the German gray. Almost pure German gray. Just drawing a quick little highlight on the tip. And I'm going to pull one back in right here. See how, that real subtle, right? And the same thing, you just kind of want to work your way backwards. I'm going to grab some of the lighter color we made.
Excellent!
Oh, my boy, Commissar Craig coming in hot like you do. Commissar Craig, be excellent. Love you, homie. There it is. Just try to create a tight little gleam right there in the top. You know, it's a little sloppy, so like, what the good thing about this is you can come back in with the German gray and smooth it out. Let's see if I can do it here. Like I said, these are not the easiest details to do on stream. So just come back in with that German gray and just cut it back, almost like you're removing white. Like so. Just, you know, very subtle. And you can work it back as many times as you want, you know. And the good thing about that is, like, if you feel like it's still too abrupt, you can always take the super black wash and go over the tip again and mute all that down, you know. And the same deal right here, like any one of these black surfaces. Like if you want to like come into here, into this channel, I think I can get in there with you guys watching. So I keep cutting my light, getting into light for you guys. Inside of here, and so I came in real hot there and was punished for how hot I came in. So I'm gonna try that again. Just a little, just dropped a little German gray in there, right? And I'm gonna try to reach, just to smooth it out. Like that. And what I'm gonna do is once that dries, I'm gonna go in there with this wash and I'm gonna rewash that whole spot. So like that little highlight we just made with the German gray is gonna be very subtle when we're done. I'm gonna run into this spot right here. See if we can get something going on here. Just draw an interesting line across it. Something like that. You know, you see, like, it's that easy, man. Create some interesting effects. Now this is where it's going to get probably pretty fun. Let's see if we can get something going here. On these spires right here, when you have anything that repeats like a pattern like what we got here, and you can just keep repeating the result over and over again, you get a real good effect for a non-metal tug, like each one of these pieces. So we got a nice little subtle highlight there. Let's see if we can reinforce it just a little bit, because these are hard because you can't really catch the edge. So you just got to be a gangster. There's a little nice highlight. Let's get one right here. Right there. See that? And now, like, as you work, you just walk it. Every part of the model. Just keep walking those highlights back. And like I said, the airbrush did the transitions that are making this effect believable. But now it's the abrupt highlights that we're adding to it that are selling you on the fact that it's made of metal. Because it's real easy to paint something gray and have it look gray, but if you want someone to believe that it might be metal, like, this is basically how you do it. It's the extreme highlights that range from incredible transition from light to dark, but the highlight is still on the dark edges, and that's like the light is catching that gleaming edge. Let me put the let me interact with you guys real quick, and I'll put a couple models on display for you guys to look at. Let's take a look at this pimp. There's actually almost no way to show them off. Yeah, that doesn't work. So maybe I'll show you the backpack. There you go. Even that doesn't work. Alright, that's just dead to me. New camera tripod is not giving me the optimized it's not giving us optimized angles, but it is giving us more sharp detail. Alright. Hopefully that's enough to show off some of the stuff we're working on. I know, I think I gotta create a backup scene with another camera. What do you guys think? Anyway. Let's jump in here. Interact with you guys while I clean my paintbrush off. Always keep the tip clean, guys. Alright. Shout out some pimps real quick. I definitely want to shout out Commissar Craig, donating $10. You're such a beast. And Small Cave Studios donated $10. Yo. And also, a couple days ago, while was it even streaming, our boy Mountain Bolt Go donated too. So, like, yo, literally, you saw that link for those paintbrushes? Like, guess what I spent all this money on? Like, I got a stack of. You guys want to see some silly shit? Like, here's the paintbrushes I have in rotation right here. These are currently in rotation, all getting cleaned as I go. The one I'm using in the stream in my right hand, and in one of my drawers back here, there's 3 unopened right here. So, like, I mean, I try to keep them. You know, when people talk about spending so much money on paintbrushes and they're like, oh, but they last a long time, I was like, you guys have seen what I can do with these paintbrushes and how cheap they are. And with a little bit of brush shampoo, like what I've been showing you guys and everything, I keep them pretty solid. And one of my tricks is airbrush cleaner right here. I have a pot of airbrush cleaner, right, that I just open, and I clean my brushes in it. You see it's kind of dirty, and it literally, I swish it around in there, and any particle, and I use the lid kind of to help me with this, and I just kind of roll it around in there, and any paint that's on there, it's going to come off. You know what I'm saying? You just do that a few times. And now the thing is, this is a hardcore chemical, so when you're done, that's when I rinse it off, and then I take my brush shampoo, and this is where I condition it, clean it, kind of clean those chemicals off, and this is where I recondition the brush. And I keep about 5 of these brushes in different levels of fighting shape as I go. And then when they're finally too afraid to use, like, they go in the trash. But that almost never happens. They're almost always useful with a little bit of maintenance. And you can see how cheap we can get these brushes for. It's like, yo, okay, you buy your $25 brush, dog. Like, I'm literally going to buy 25 of these brushes and never buy a paintbrush, not buy another paintbrush in 6 years. It's all about, we spend so much money on hobbies like this. You got to definitely get those life hacks, those hobby hacks, So, back to the Q&A real quick. Once I show you guys, Okay, there's you can see the edges a little bit right there. All right. Okay. Let's see where we're at here. Kata Couples made it. Oh, my moderator. Thank you, Zeb. Zeb, one of my Nightbot commands doesn't work, or something happened again. I don't fucking understand it. KDS90 Kenny. Since you moved to Cali, have you been playing much? I've only played 2 games in the state of California. 2 great games against this local gaming group that I'm you know, basically now currently a part of. Playing some fun games with my Chaos Space Marines. Good old Haradrell says, wait a minute, today's on Tuesday. Are we getting bonus round at Twitch stream? Yes, you are. An unscheduled broadcast thanks to Cosmic Cubicle. He gave me some tips and I wanted to test them out today. Shout out to my moderator, Kata Couples Gaming. Check out their stream if you want to see a hilarious couple gaming together. Chicken, I want to say Chicken Rizza. Good name. Finally able to catch the live stream. Yo, I'm glad you're here. Anyone trying to dirty sheets? This is from Killing Time Painting. We obviously, if you guys listen to the podcast or the webcast, I guess maybe we did that on the webcast. The webcast is live every Wednesday at, I want to say, 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, that's a Google Hangout. You're going to have to, like, you know, do a little Google, get on your Google Plus, you know, look for events. It's the Long War live webcast. If you miss it live, you literally cannot watch it unless you're a member of the Hall of Veterans at thelongwar.net. But we talked about, you know, naming certain painting acts the Dirty Sheets after Dirty Sheets McSkeets. Anyone try the Rizarest technique? I'm hitting my soul grinders with it, making them look crazy good. I'm glad you guys are using some of the techniques we've been showing off. Haradrell says, yo dog, you making painting gray and NMM look easy. It is easy. If you have an airbrush and you understand, like, that all it basically in a nutshell, it's gray fading to white to black in some areas, and you draw in a white line along every the edges as cleanly as possible. Like, I'm not a scientist, I'm definitely not a metal scientist, but it seems easy enough, right? Darth Rob says, did you airbrush earlier in the cast? No, I was just showing you guys the paintbrushing. I airbrushed this yesterday after I like basically all day yesterday. What I did was, and for anyone obviously who hasn't jumped in, all day yesterday what I did was I painted this right here. And this is one of those heavy armor dudes right here, and he's the one who gets that backpack. And he's a cool model because you can see he controls both of the guns on his back, you know. So I painted this guy, did all the little transitions on this guy, you know, this guy, and these guys are straight stone bitch to paint. They're so, you know, they're so small. I painted him yesterday, airbrushed the backpack yesterday, and like I said, if you're just joining the stream, like the effects that we're gonna get to on the backpack are something similar to this. This is kind of what we're going for. It's, you know, as you can see, it's not very difficult once you get the transitions down with the airbrush. They're gonna see you. Hey guys, that's my girlfriend Bonet. She said hi, by the way. That's actually the front door to my studio office right there. In case you guys didn't realize, the Beats Lab is pretty official. Like, we got our own entrance. Let me get back to the Q&A. Sorry guys, I got momentarily distracted by my lady. Alright. Sublime Silence. No, that's not for me. Yeah, Cat, a couples gaming nailed it. Caring for your brushes is a way to save a lot of money. You ain't lying, bro. Killing Time Painting. You mean the OP Chaos Space Marines? Yeah. Turns out that in the gaming club out here, my Chaos Space Marines are OP. I don't get tired of hearing that. Res Ryder, see, Cat a Couples Gaming told him about the stream a few weeks ago, finally catching you live too. I appreciate that, man. Me and Cat a Couple, we jump into each other's streams, we give each other shit, have a lot of fun. And obviously, like I was talking to you guys, I got some new commands in there. If you guys want to see the paintbrush deal, exclamation point paintbrush, take you to that cart. Like, yo, literally just buy 10 of them right now. You, Dirty Sheets and Skeets means rustologist. I think I don't know if a rustologist, I think that's a subcategory of metal science, you know? But yeah, I'm definitely a rustologist now. Well, I think I'm going to cut it short today, guys. Unless there's something you really want to see me do, tell me right now, because I do have about approximately 6 more hours of painting to do today. And there's just no way I currently in my Beats lab can actually be even remotely efficient while painting accomplishing the tasks that I need to accomplish today. But if you guys can see something else you need me to do, I'll try to do it. Give you guys a few minutes to think about it. Obviously with that delay. Sorry, my theme song just came on, so now I'm all pumped. Pulled the Skethelex says, pulled the brush up, thought you got it from Hocraft. Thought that made sense. What do you mean? You having a problem with the link? Let me know. Let's see some yellow painted over black from Cat Couples Gaming. I feel like he's trolling me. I shan't ever do that unless I have an airbrush. And also, if you're going to do it, you're going to have to just layer it up anyway, so it's ridiculous. Alright, I think I can do... Okay, I'll accommodate Small Cave Studios. Alright. Let me get that going. Alright, let's see if I can't bang this out quick. So, the way we get that purple done... Chicken Rizza. Orc's coming out good. Still slow, still steady. Here's how we get that purple. So first thing is we got this Vallejo air color. Or not, it's not an air color, sorry, it's a game color. Purple. Simply titled purple. So, it's an easy trick, actually. So, like, first thing we're going to do, actually, is just get that purple out. And the simplest way to explain this, actually, is... I never airbrush something that I can paintbrush. And so the first step is like not to try to like airbrush all the purple on. We're going to paintbrush all the purple on. And it's going to be pretty easy since we already have like a solid gray built in. It's kind of like a easy color for anything to stick to. I'm just pouring some water out on my desk over here so I can get it going. So we're just going to basically paint these little spikes. I think there's stabilizers for the guns. Counterbalance. And we're just going to get a nice solid coat on here. Like so. And like I said, this is one of those tricks. Like somebody would like tape this whole model off and then like airbrush all this shit in. I'm like, man, you are wasting so much time. It's like... You know, that's so crazy. Sorry, I got like a little hair on the end of my paintbrush. This is one of my garbage paintbrushes that sits in my pot all day that I use for dry brushing and stuff. It's perfect though for me right now. Let's get it going. Alright. That's simple, you know what I'm saying? Let that dry up for a little while, you know, and while that's drying, obviously we'll paint the other spire because I got plenty of purple on the table. or the other stabilizer, counterbalance. Make sure we can see this shit right here. Alright. Now I think that, let me look at the other one and make sure I put the purple on. How high the purple went. Looks like, okay. Looks like I'm painting the purple. They're actually slightly different models. So like I'm just gonna paint this whole little piece right here too. If you guys can see that. Just like that. Trick is definitely keeping your water right. You know, like be thinner. Being thinner is better than, you know, multiple thin coats always trumps one thick coat. I know you guys have heard that 1,000 times, but there is a time and place where you can kind of bypass that rule. But I tell you what, Infinity models, there's never a place to bypass that rule. You know, it's just, there's not enough detail in these models as it is. They are very subtly detailed. They don't have that gangster GW like just incredibly, you know, just super deep grooves and very thick details, you know, like you can't fucking play games. Okay, so we got that purple drying. Clean this brush off. Got my airbrush out of the solution. Airbrush has been sitting in its little shot glass, as it do. I'm gonna get the air compressor going. See some questions coming in. Starting up with the Small Cape Studio. That purple has a sexy transition. It is easy. I'll show you guys here in just a second. Killing time painting. I'm waiting on some extra bits from the Meg Boys. Once they come in, all 6 of them will be crazy and different. Sick. Yo, hit me up on Facebook. Can of Couples, how much you thin into purple? I'm literally just got a pile of water on the desk and I'm just pulling from it and from an unthin pile of paint at the same time and just kind of like feeling it out as I go. It's kind of like how I do most things. It's like I try to really implement the fact that I'm not a scientist. I like to be an artist, you know. So I don't get too mechanical with certain things like that. I just feel it out every time. So turn the compressor on. Letting this compressor heat up. We got hair gel at Yo Dog. What is something you consider difficult either to paint or airbrush? Except white? Black, honestly. Black is one of the hardest things, man. Like, black is a straight business at all fucking times. Like, one of the most unforgiving colors to work with. If you have a predominantly black model, it's just like, ugh, nightmare. Anyone who's painting a Black Templar army, like my solution is like, basically come up with a secondary chapter of White Scars. Hold on a second, I'm getting my focus. Come up with like one of the other one of the second founding chapters or whatever, you know, that uses whites. That's like, I am Black Templar or whatever, you know, and like. I think they have a color scheme that's red too. Like if you flip through the books and stuff, like basically I do everything I can to convince clients not to go with black. It's like, because it's such a problem. All right, so this is how simple this is, guys. About to blow some minds. All right, airbrush is clean. So what I'm gonna do here is like now that I'll tell you what, guys, like now that my camera is so close, like I can't really show you some of the mixing protocol, but Squid Pink is going in the airbrush. Flow improver. Ugh, so dumb. Can't even show you that. There we go. Look at the Yo Dog cam. Vallejo flow improver going into pot. Squid Pink, shaking it up. Gonna drip some into that pot. Gonna reach into my painting cup over here with Buster brushes in it. I'm going to stir the mix up. Ration. Gonna add a little white, a little water to the mix. And actually, I'm going to go back And this is one of my techniques. I always like to pull from a color that we just used. So I got the purple that we just laid down. I'm going to pull some of that out, and I'm going to mix it into the pot with the pink, just to have that neutral, like that common color that it can pull from, you know. So it's not nearly as abrupt as a transition. Just a little bit. You don't need much. Gangster Gumbo. If you guys obviously don't know what the Gangster Gumbo is, you need to go back to YouTube or the archives and watch the Gangster Gumbo videos. Okay, so I got a pretty thinned out color here. Let's look for the old toothbrush, because toothbrush is crucial to keeping the tip clean, and I cannot find it because I'm disorganized today. Alright, I think we'll be fine for now. Okay, you guys watching? This simple, bruh. It's happening. You guys watching? You guys seeing the magic happen? See that? I'm gonna catch the side angle now. You guys seeing? Airbrush 101. No tape. And obviously, we'll come back in there and highlight everything like we just did on this gun earlier. Like all that edge highlighting we did on this gun. Make sure that you guys can see that again. So we went through and showed you some of these crisp highlights on that black earlier. Let's get them right. So we showed you some of that quick technique, and we're going to apply that same principle to these spires down here, to these stabilizers, once we get the highlights done, the transitions done. And so, you know, you're going to want to go back and forth, make sure you hit all the angles, you know, hold it at the right angle so that you don't get any purple or pink on the actual model. That's simple. And so that's for starters. And obviously, like I said, I'm testing a new tripod out where I'm much closer. Big shout out to Hair Gel. Always keep the tip clean, coming in fresh. Appreciate it, my brother. So I'm gonna pour out this pink, a lot of this pink that we just made right here. And I'm gonna add now some white directly to the pot. And luckily we already had some white out in this other lid. And I'm just gonna dip it right into, or just pour it right into my airbrush. And I'm gonna grab the old mixing paintbrush again, stir it up. So we're creating a much brighter color now. Pour a little water in there. I'm actually gonna pour a little water in here because I want the rest of this white. And now I'm gonna Gangster Gumbo backflow. I said I can't show you these tricks while I have the super tripod. When I have the real small tripod, I just can't get under there. It's kind of a double-edged sword. For highlighting, you guys are going to see way more detail because I'm not going to be relying on the zoom anymore. So you guys are going to see a much crisper image. But side effect, can't get my tools under there. Okay, so I'm adding white to the mix, adding a little flow improver to the mix as usual to get it nice and thin, especially since we're going to hit this real abrupt transition. And I really do have to clean the tip. Luckily, I got a Q-tip over here. And I'm going to clean the paint off this tip. Alright. Okay, I think I got something. You guys watching? Real subtle. You guys see that? Just down and fading it out to that white. And that white has a lot of pink in it still, so it's... it matches still. You guys seen that? Wasn't too hard. And I'm gonna come in, sneak in the side, hit, make sure to hit all the angles that are visible. All right, so now we got a fresh little transition right there. And now you can do some real fun stuff. You can, you can go pure white. You can do anything they want, but like the major trick here is what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the other model. I'm gonna glance at it. Okay, so we got about the same consistency that we have on the other model. So I'm gonna pour this out into a pot. Like that's kind of the excess of the paintbrush or the airbrush. I'm quickly gonna clean this airbrush out of my feet because I have my little gangster water basin down here for quick cleaning. And I'm really pissed that I can't find my paintbrush or my toothbrush. Oh, wait, found it. So I'm gonna take this toothbrush, scrub out the pot real quick, leave it in my basin, turn the compressor off. Airbrush going in ancient Chinese shot glass technique with some cleaning solution in there. It's gonna sit there until I get to it later. I'm gonna take this glove off because it's soaking wet. Let's see if we can bang out some record time right here. Okay, I'm gonna finalize this highlight for you guys. So this solution we just made should be pretty much a solid highlight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull some of this out, and I'm gonna drag. I'm gonna try that dragging technique we were showing you. You guys ready? Pow! Let's try it again. Pow! You guys like that? Let's do it again. No, that's pretty much in a nutshell what we did on the other one. You know, you got to hit every angle now, but you can see just from that simple dragging, like look how good it got. Now obviously one of our lines is kind of sloppy because the edge kind of caught me right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some of this purple that we still have on the palette from when we pulled some purple out, and I'm gonna go in there and just kind of play with the line a little bit, try to clean it up. Because I want to keep it nice and clean, obviously. Still a little gangster right here. This line right here is just a little abrupt. And like I said, sometimes shit happens, and so you definitely got to fix it. And actually, it's not too hard to fix with the airbrush. We can come back in there and just drop some more fading in there. But I'm going to try to draw another line right next to it. Like that. Just keep it fresh. Now, like I said, this might be difficult to fix for a lot of people, you know, but if you felt like you didn't want to do it the way I was doing it, just pull your airbrush back out and drop some of that dark purple back in there and wipe it out and start again. A little bit cleaner. And obviously, I'm so zoomed in on the model, you're seeing every paint stroke fall. There's a little, like, let me see if I can show you guys. There's like a little weird design here, like a line design. See it? And I kind of just boxed it out for you guys. And there's no reason that this needs to be the same transition as anything else. You see what I'm doing here? Giving it its own reality. Something like that. Just trying to build that line skinny. And it's like it's a process of, like, you know, negative space and then like almost erasing lines. Like we're drawing something and then we're kind of just removing from it until we have it exactly the way we want it. And so I'm pulling the purple back out. You see what's happening. Crisping up the highlight by drawing in the dark area. Something like that. Like I said, trying to give you guys a good image here as we're building that in. And actually, you know, like, one of the best things about this is, like I said, if you don't like what just happened, you just pull your airbrush back out. So kind of like basically just start building those highlights in. You get yourself a fresh looking effect. Like I said, I apologize. This might have been too extreme of a camera angle to show too much. I don't know. You guys let me know how you feel about if you want me to keep going with such an extreme tripod. I don't know how you guys feel about it in the long run, but let's just kind of like go over what we did. So we started off with an airbrush. Obviously, I didn't show you in this video, and we painted in huge transitions into this gray. And then we came in with white, and we just caulked the edges with our paintbrush and drew these nice little white lines. And because these white lines are creeping up all around the transition, you get a gleaming metallic effect. We even came in here on the tip, and we drew a little highlight around the tip, everything. So let me put that down for a second, clean the brush off, finish out the Q&A, and I will take off. But it was a real fun hour. Of course, I'm going to clean the brush. I'm going to show you exactly what I was talking about before. So I got the paintbrush, grabbing some of this cleaner, and I'm just rolling out some of that purple that we have all over the brush. And it's gone. Like, I got rid of it. And now I'm going to rinse the brush off. I keep all the solution in here too. Like, I don't throw it away. Like, it's just for this task. And now I'm using the brush shampoo, making a nice little clean tip with it. I'm gonna rinse it off again, and I'm gonna let that brush ride. I'm gonna use that brush later. Close the lid. Put the model back out for you guys. You can see. All right. Let me bang out this Q&A before I peace out. Let's go up to Killing Time. Painting says definitely black. I'm not looking forward to an orc goth army. Yeah, that shit's the worst. Logically unfit. I want an airbrush so bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to scratch that. Got our boy Cat Fun. Yo, Kenny, what's up? Tuning in from Australia. Yo, baller mode. Yo, I'm glad to see you. Heath213, what pressure you use your air gun at? I turned it all up as high as it can possibly go, and it has to keep up with me. That usually ends up being about 26 psi. Mortalis _ LOL. What's up, Lord of Painting? Greetings from Australia, Europe. Austria, Europe. I'm watching your stream because I'm thinking of getting back into the hobby because Age of Sigmar made me stop painting. I don't like it, and I think it's unnecessary. You're right. Now, even casually, you need points to play games. Killing Time Painting. I'll hit you up on Facebook later. Yeah, definitely, man. Canada Couples Gaming. Teabag Nightbot. Yes. Mortalis. We're painting the heavy armor Yujing models from Infinity. Small Cave Studio, appreciate you staying on from the typical assembly line and commission to show that. Looking baller as usual, appreciate it. JS Twitch says he likes the angle. Killing Time Painting says the angle and zoom are clear. Yeah, they are real clear. I'll try to maintain it. Iron-Headed, holy hell on a Saturday, literal best of all days. Haradrell says, for this setup and detail work with a brush, the tripod setup was great. I feel like it's better than the previous. I feel it's better than the previous.
Excellent!
Killing Time Painting coming in fresh with a donation. I love you, dog. Be excellent. And Haradrell says, oh yeah, the world is tuning in today. Europe, Norway here for the first time. Live streaming. That makes me happy to hear, man. Super happy about that. All right, guys. I need to get back to the commissions. This is Saturday's actually a big painting day for me. I get a huge push done today before I go and do the Long War Battle Report tomorrow. So basically, Thursdays, I edit my YouTube video. Sundays, I edit the Long War Battle Report. Wednesdays, we obviously do the live webcast, followed up by the After Hours Speakeasy, the unedited podcast. Obviously, catch those lives Wednesday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then I stay up late and I edit the podcast so it's out that day. And of course, we get all the video versions of the podcast to YouTube and then also to the Hall of Veterans. So it's Wednesday's a pretty hard push. Thursday, pretty, it's a little easier because it's my tutorial. But then Friday, Saturday, I bang some work out. So I'm going to do that real quick for you guys. Stay tuned. Check me out on Twitch next Tuesday. Check me out on Instagram. You can see all the progress reports of what we're doing. And we are going to boost up out of here, man. So anyway, as usual, thanks for watching, players. And Audi 5000.